So, all right, guys, welcome once again to Lapote TV, the only YouTube channel that is bringing you interview with African personalities that are based here in Germany, Hamburg to precise, as well as people who have got stories to share. Today, I'm here with one guy that is very prominent here in Europe. I mean, if you're in Europe and you're somebody that you're interested in soccer, you like African football, let's say you don't know this guy, then I don't know where you are. He goes by no other person by Abdul, Aziz Tetteh. Abdul, it's nice to have you on Lapote TV.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, nice one. You know, it's always interesting. What I always tell people is that anytime I start my interview, I always say to people that relationships are very important. And so I always try to cast my mind back how I got to meet somebody, how I meet people for the first time. I think it was recently during one of the, I think the first time I saw you was in the club. Yeah, I think it was in the club with Felix. And then Felix was like, oh, don't you know this guy? Oh, he said this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Then lo and behold, the second time we met when there was this 1 week funeral going on for one of our African brothers. Yeah. And then we just communicated. And, you know, honestly, I was really touched by your humility, let me put it that way. You know, for most people who find themselves in a particular kind of space, you know, it always comes up this rude and arrogancy, but police just told you, oh, this guy and this is this, so, and they just said hello, and then today we are here, and I think I'm very happy that we still have people like you that have the humility out there.
Thank you.
So tell me, football is something that all of us have, or most African kids growing up have gotten themselves involved in. Let me tell you, so when I was a young boy, I didn't know how to play football, but I used to own a football. So if you're coming to play football, if you don't give me selection, I'm the one who chooses who is going to play.
You take your ball back home, yeah.
But I don't know for you. For everybody is different. Tell me, growing up in Africa, as a kid, were you into football already?
Yeah, I would say yeah, because I don't know if you know, my dad, Alhaji Tetteh, the late Alhaji Tetteh, may he so rest
in peace. I think I know him by name.
Yeah. He has a team in Ghana called Liberty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to have the chance, and then growing up also because the team was already there, I think was more easier for me compared to my other colleagues.
Oh, okay. So in other words, you didn't go through that problem that other African kids used to go through, because I know in Africa, you know, for most parents, when you are growing up as a young boy and you are playing football, they say, drop the football, go and learn. You understand me? So
in my case, I think was not like that, because let's say he used to play also. Like it's like a football family basically. So was not easy though, because I started somewhere before I joined the Liberty. I joined the Liberty Professionals because like, you know, the grassroots football, the course, you know, the Division 1, Division 2, you know, all that you have to go through the process. My story was is quite funny, because he knows let's say he knows I know how to play. You know? But is someone who he doesn't want to tell you know how to play, to be solely
headed. I see. Yeah.
So he'll tell you, you don't know how to play. And his friends always say, oh, this your son can play, you know, but inside him is happy, but he doesn't want to show to you. Just to
you
push
not get a swollen headed.
Yeah, just to push you. So my friends that I grew up with, you know, some were playing in the course teams around. So sometimes I joined them to go to training and stuff, you know. And then when I go, and then somebody tell him, hey, I saw your son here. He's not happy. You understand? Because he wants me to go to Liberty. But at the same time, he don't want to tell me that, oh, I've heard that you know how to play, just for me to be solely headed. So I have to go through some teams. There was a team, a coach team in Labadi called Schalke, Schalke 04. That's the name we used to call it in Ghana. So he had I've registered for that team, and then he just called
The team,
the
coach or the owner of the team.
the president. Let's
okay,
let's
of the
put it
team,
that way.
yeah.
The team's
Okay.
president. That you know what? If you don't want any issue, just let him come back home. You know, because if you mention his name in Ghana football,
Everybody knows him. Of
so
course, yeah.
the team also, they don't want any issues. And so I registered for a coach team. I never played the coach.
Wow.
It was just area football, you know. I went to the team, the coach team, the owner of the team used to work with Feyenoord.
Okay.
They came to open an academy in Ghana.
Oh, okay.
He used to work there, so it's like he has a link with them.
Okay.
So he takes players maybe to, like, let's say every year he has to produce
Some
players to
yeah, bring
to the academy, you know.
okay.
So you take maybe 2-3 players and then you go there to see how it goes. If you are lucky and they pick you, you stay. If not, you come back again. So it's like that. So I got a chance to go there. And then when I went there, they said, oh, because of your dad, we cannot do anything. You have to go back. I went back. And then we were playing around, I don't know if you know that, in Cantonment. Let's say
Cantonment. Oh, I know Cantonment. I went to Aquinas. So
okay.
I know Cantonment.
Yeah, Cantonment. There is a park there, prisons.
Prisons. I know prisons, yes. Okay.
So we were playing there, and then one man saw me. He was playing in the Goldfields. It was called Goldfields. Then now it's Ash Gold.
Oh, okay.
But then
Okay.
his name is Samir J.
Samir J. I know the name.
The brother of Lawrence J.
Oh, okay.
So he took me to Obuasi because at that time also there was this academy, IAS Academy.
Okay.
But they were based in Obuasi. There is one in Accra, but Accra, you know, is a lot of people, a lot of good players. So
already.
He said, okay, he was playing in Ashgold. So for me to be comfortable and everything, I'm going to stay with him. Then I go to the training since I don't know anybody in Obuasi and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. My dad was like, okay, you can go.
Okay.
I went there, and then they said, okay, we like you, everything is fine. But since you are based in Accra and then you'll be going to school in Accra and stuff, we will just give you a letter and then you come to Accra, then you go to the one in Accra, you just give them the letter that we gave you the letter to bring, and then you stay.
Okay.
But then he was about to travel. Samir J was about to travel to the US. Okay. And let's say my dad was taking him to the US.
Oh, okay.
So my dad got to find out that, you know what, your son is there. And then he just called Samir J and was like, oh, do you want to choose? You want to go to America or you bring my son back home?
Wow. Okay.
So he was like, you know what, your dad said you should come back. I'm sorry, I did everything I can, but your dad said you should come back. I was like, okay, no problem. I went back home. So I was just there. It's just like area football, you know, because I guess he did not want me to play for any team because, you know, afterwards it's going to be difficult to get your card and stuff, you know. So yeah, so that was it. So there was a time I think I went to the stadium to watch a game. I think it was Liberty against if I'm not mistaken, I think Liberty against maybe Stay Cool.
Which year was that?
Oh, I don't remember. It's
a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Oh, okay.
Stay Cool. Yeah, I think it was against Stay Cool or Kotoko.
One of those teams. Yeah. Yes.
And then after the game, I went to him to talk to him, and he was like, "Oh," he introduced me to the late Sir Jones Atukwe.
Okay.
So Jones was like, "Oh, okay, I've heard about you. So tomorrow, come to training. I was like, okay. I asked for the time. He gave me the time and everything. I was so nervous
Oh, okay.
because I went to see a team.
Okay.
You know, I was watching them from afar, and then tomorrow I'm going to train with
Train,
all
yeah.
these big
So
names.
short,
You know,
yeah.
like everything was so fast
Fast,
to me.
yeah.
You know, so I was so nervous. I did not go the next day.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I was so nervous. So I just called him and then I told him, "Oh, I don't feel fine." He said, "Okay, take your time. Whenever you want, then you can start training." So that was it.
That was it. Tell me, what is it for you? Like, how do you feel growing up in a family whereby your dad actually owns a football team?
Yeah.
Will I say denying you the opportunity to be a part of it and trying to stop people who wants to push you now? Would you say he was just, do you think he was trying to breed you for the right time, or would you consider that to be something good? Like, what do you think?
I'll say it was preparing me.
Praying you,
Yeah,
okay.
to be ready. You
Ready
know,
before.
because maybe you know how to play,
Okay.
but you are not ready. You are not there
ready.
yet.
It's
So I think it was just taking me through the process for
Process.
me to
Yes.
when you feel like, oh, okay,
You're
now
finally
you are
ready.
ready, you
Yes.
can join. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad at least you were able to have that patience and you took your time, because I know some kids that are going to be rebellious if they
Yeah.
find the same such opportunity. Say, "But you, my father, you are the one heading this, and you don't want to give me that chance." But the fact that you understood it from that angle, realized that whatever he was doing for your own good, that's great, and that has brought you here where you are now. So tell me, as a footballer when you were in Africa, even though your dad used to own a football team, that kind of a thing, who were some of the football players that were you looking up to when you were growing up?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. So let's say because of the team Liberty, and you know the players Liberty
A lot of them
has
plays
pro leagues,
international.
you know.
Yes.
So I was looking at Michael Essien,
Oh, yes.
Sule,
Suleiman, yeah. Another great player there.
Razak Ibrahim.
Razak
You know,
Ibrahim,
it's a lot.
Yes, the name is just uncomfortable.
Yeah,
We can just
a lot
name
of
them.
good players.
So now let's talk. From the time you got to play Liberty Professionals, that you got to travel outside to play international, what was in your head? What was the picture you had before you came playing international? The way you saw it or the way you imagine it, was it how you came to see it when you started playing international?
No, you know, back then, let's say it's everybody's dream, every footballer's
Footballer,
dream
yeah,
to play in Europe,
Yeah,
you know. So whilst I was there, I was just praying and hoping that one day I will get the chance also to play abroad. And you know, in Liberty, what they used to do is they have this agent that they bring
Over.
to Ghana. Let's say every year or every 6 months, they
okay.
organize a
football
tournament,
tournament,
you know,
okay.
with other premier teams,
Teams,
and then Division 1 teams, and then
Okay.
we will all play, and then the agents will select, you know, and then I think I was lucky enough to be picked, and then that's how I got the chance to.
Would you say you were lucky? Because someone will say, "Oh, this guy, his father already was in the team and finally brought him." So
that's how some people will say, but you know, it's not easy if you don't know how to do it.
Yes.
And even if your father have the team and everything, if you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to do it.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I
So
understand.
I would say I was lucky, and then I was picked. It's not like because of my father,
or
that's why
anything.
they picked me or something. Yeah, I'll put it that way.
One thing that most Africans that are playing ball in Africa, the mistake that they do is the moment they hear that somebody wants to sign them out to a different country, they are happy. But this signing comes with terms and conditions. But you that you were growing up, that your daddy was already in the game. When someone decided to sign you out for the first time, did he take a look at the contract and tell you, "Oh, my son, no, this contract will not help you," or this, or he just push you out like that you have to go since it's the first opportunity?
Funny enough, you know, my first professional contract that I signed it on his car.
On your dad's car?
On his car.
Oh, okay.
Because I was there, and then he called me. He was like, "Where are you?" So let's say, let me put it this way. I went to trials,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
but I was not 18 then.
Oh, okay. You're not
And
age.
before
Okay.
you have to be 18 years
Before you can.
before you can stay alone, like on your own,
Yes.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was 17
By
then.
then. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have to come home
Mm-hmm.
to stay for a year, you know.
Oh, okay.
So I went to the trials. I went with Rabiu
Okay.
Muhammad.
Rabiu Mohammed. Yeah, I know that name.
I was with him. We went for a month, and then we came back.
Mhm.
But Rabiu was already 18,
18.
so he signed his contract and then he moved. So I have
You
to wait for
Okay.
one season more in
Okay.
in Liberty, you know.
Okay.
So he called me. When I came back, he did not tell me anything if the trials was successful,
Oh,
whatever. He did not say anything. He never mentioned, you know.
Okay.
So I was just there. I came back to Liberty. I was training, playing games and stuff. I was just there one day and then they called me. I was like, where are you? I said, I'm at this place. He said, oh, okay. Tell your mom and then come.
Mm-hmm.
Call your mom so you come with her.
together.
I was like, okay.
Mhm.
I called my mom and then I went. He said, okay. This is your contract. Sign here. I just signed. My mom should sign here, and then that was it.
Did you read the contract or did you just
Because it's
trust
him,
your dad?
because if of
Okay,
him,
yes,
I trust.
also.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
good.
know he would never give me, you know, but
Based on the way you've been talking so far with Go, someone would say, your dad sound like the kind of disciplinarian guy, no nonsense guy. What was the relationship with him? Because from the way you talk, like do this, like that. What was it like?
Everybody that knows him
Okay.
knows how he is. You know,
Mhm.
he's someone who doesn't talk a lot.
Okay.
He just talk with the eyes. You know,
And you listen.
like when you are doing something with the look, you understand. Like, oh, okay. I have to stop, you know.
Anyway, it's interesting you are saying that. It's rather unfortunate, but here in this Western world or in these days that we are, the kids that are coming up, it's like you talk to the kid and you look the kid with your eye. That's why the kid isn't going to do what he's doing more. But back in those days, the generation is different. So if you're a kid out there, you are really having it cool. Back in the days, it wasn't like that. Yeah. So still with you now. So tell me, you played in almost like, from what I realized online, you play like almost in plus Liberty. Looks like you played in 13 different teams. Yeah. So tell me, when you first started playing in Europe for the first time, I know you played in Udinese. The teams are just a lot.
Yeah.
Your first team that you played in Europe, what was the feeling like for you when you got there? Being in a camp or in a place to play football with people and realizing that they are all different from you, you know, and probably I think your first team was not, it was not even an English speaking country, you know, that kind of a thing. So,
No.
and you don't even understand the language. How did you feel? What was your means of communication with them? How did you feel?
I think I was lucky enough because, like I mentioned earlier on, I was with Rabiu.
Okay.
So he signed the contract.
Best. Okay.
We signed the contract with Udinese. You know?
Okay, yes.
I think it was 4 years contract. Or, yeah, 4 years contract. So he had the chance to go, and then they loaned him to a team in Spain. Oh, he was loaned to a team in Barcelona, Tarragona. So he stayed for a year. So when I went, was more or less easy.
Okay.
Because he was around. He did not speak the language well, but he understand the basics, you know. So he was the one who helped me out for me to settle, you know. Yeah.
Okay. We always hear often say things like a player is on a loan.
Yeah.
Then you be given to another team. If you are a player and you came from Africa and you are playing ball and they just say that you are giving out on a loan, what does that mean? Does that mean that the player is not performing well and so they have to give
No, it's not that you are not performing well, but you know, it's a process.
Okay.
You know, because you have signed with Udinese, but looking at your position and looking at the player that is there, you don't even get chance to play.
Oh, okay.
So it's better you go to a lower division team or different country where maybe your chances of playing is maybe high.
Oh, okay.
You understand? So it's not like you are not performing well, but I see it's like a process.
Okay.
You know, just to build you and get you ready. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We often hear quite a lot that we say that if you are an African player or an African, anywhere you find yourself in every organization, you have to put in double the effort that the other white people are putting in terms of everything. Is it the same even with football? And did you ever feel like that?
It's like that everywhere. It's not like you have to put in extra work, but that's what the work demands. So you don't have any choice than to do it.
Yeah, what I like, they always make it sound like, so if you and I, you say you are a footballer and I'm an European,
Yeah.
and I play ball and I can play the same way you play, they'll definitely pick me over you, because if the white guy is playing the same way, you are not playing better than him. Why give you the chance? It's not.
I don't think,
You don't feel like that.
I don't feel I don't see it that way, because one, you have to think about the team. If you are a coach, okay, you have your favorite,
Okay.
you know, but you have to think about the team first.
First, yes.
Because we are all fighting for the same goal.
Okay.
You know, so if I am not performing, and let's say I'm an European,
Okay.
and you are performing,
Okay.
and you are going to
Do better.
deliver,
Okay.
and for the team to be up there,
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to play.
Okay.
I have to also work extra hard. You know, it's like you always have to fight for your position. You know, like you deserve to play. It's not like because you are an European, they are going to put you because of
yes.
that. Yeah.
It's good we are taking the time to experience, because you know sometimes there's always hearsay and hearsay, that kind of a thing. Yeah.
Everyone is different. Everyone is different, and I am talking for myself.
For yourself,
and,
yeah.
I think it's different situations
For
that
everybody.
you find yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So
Okay. Let's come. One thing that we often hear when it comes to football is racism.
yeah.
You have been quite lucky enough, like you said, you played in almost most European countries, even to the extent of even playing in Russia.
Yeah.
And we know Russia to be a place where when it comes to that racism and the way they do things is different. What is it like for you playing in a place like Russia?
To be honest with you, you know, sometimes it's the things that we hear.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not true.
Okay.
Like they say, travel and see. You know.
Yes.
To be honest with you, I heard a lot about Russia. You know, but when I got to Russia, I was like, oh, if I knew, I came here long ago, because they welcomed me. I don't even have the words to describe it. You know, because I don't know, maybe the people that I met
yes.
around that time, that's how I felt that way. You know, but the things that I heard before moving there, you know, it's not what I saw. Yeah.
Did you, when you were first signed there, based on, like I said, things that people used to say, did you feel some kind of like, hey, am I going to this Russia based on the things that you also heard before you went there? Did you hesitate? Did you panic and like, hey?
No, because let's say when the offer came, you know, I did my research. You know, I checked the squad, the players that are there and stuff. So I just contact some of the players to ask them, like, how is the situation about salary, you know, about everything, basically, just to give me some examples
About
like
what the places like, what things like
the
that.
places. Yeah, you know, so I know where I'm going. You know, I just don't wake up and then
Move like that.
yeah. So they said good things about the team, and then I think when I went also, they did not like me. Yeah.
All right, guys. So like I keep saying, this is Labote TV, and this is only where you get to hear such information. Like he's saying, abroad is travel and see. If you are a player, you're an African, and maybe you got your first day to even go to Afghanistan to play football somewhere. Just because there's war in Afghanistan or you've heard a lot about some play, it doesn't mean you should just conclude. The best thing that you have to do is try and go there. Probably what you are hearing is different from what's on the ground there. So, like I said, still here with the one and only Abdul Aziz Tetteh. So, yeah, still with you. So, now let me find out. How do you call it? Have you ever found yourself in a situation whereby all those time you were playing ball, you got signed or you got sold to a team, another team, and you're like, no, this team I will not go there, or this team I don't want to go, or anytime you are being transferred to a different team, you are like, okay, it's cool, let me just go and see what's out there. Or more to say, you pick and choose the team that you want to play with.
No, like I said, I mentioned earlier on, like when you get offer from other teams, you just do your research that, oh, okay, where I'm going, is it better than where I am now?
Okay.
Or, it's a whole lot of research that you have to do. So you know the step that you are taking, Yeah, so when I get offer from other teams or something, I just do my research and then find out. Because sometimes you hear, oh, this team, they don't pay, they don't do this, they don't do that, they are this, they are this, they are this. So I just do my research. I ask some of the players, how is it, and then they'll tell you, because now social media is everywhere. So you just go through the, how do you call it, the team's squad. By all means, you'll find somebody that maybe African or something that you can contact on, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, just to ask few things, before you move.
That's good. Let me ask you, it's a dream of every footballer to get to play for their national team. What was the feeling like for you the first time when you ever got called up to play for the national team? Because I realized, I've forgotten the year, but I realized you were once called upon to. Yes.
It's very exciting, because like I said, you want to represent your country, and the pride is there's no words to describe, So I was I don't know if I was happy. Yeah, I was happy to be called, because I think I was in Liberty, and then my first call up, I think, was the local blasters. Yeah, I think it was the local blasters. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my first call up. Yeah.
Okay, so we often hear this term about favoritism when it comes to playing football in Africa among the African teams, right? That kind of thing, the national team. And during your time there, did you for once felt like then again, like I keep saying, do you feel like you were also being called there just because probably your father owns a team and that kind of a thing? Did you experience any kind of favoritism?
No,
like you were given something maybe you didn't warrant or you didn't deserve because of your father or that kind of a thing?
At the end of the day, I was dropped.
Oh, yes, yes.
So if I'm going to think that way, I'll be lying to myself that because of my dad, that's why they called me. If because of him, then I was not supposed to be dropped.
Yes. I mean, sometimes people say that.
Do you
yeah, but sometimes people say even when they call you something like that, it's like you have to give something to the coach or whoever's calling you up, and that's how some people get some positions. I mean, we're asking this because day in, day out, we have people that are talented sometimes in Africa, and if you look at people playing, but why was this one drop?
Yeah.
Why was this one drop? So, did you experience anything like that, or what did you think in regards to that?
Yeah, like I think everyone is different. Like what I experienced when I was there maybe will be different from yours. So
yes.
I can only talk for
yourself.
myself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I would not say they called me or they were doing me a favor because of my dad. That's why they called me. If it was based on that, then
they wouldn't have
dropped me.
dropped
You
you. Yes.
understand? Yeah, so
Yes.
I'll
Yes. So still here with the man, like I said, Abdul Aziz Tetteh. Yes. So now let me find out, or let me ask you, what will you say to any African? Like I said, the dream of most Africans playing football is to play international. What will you say to an African kid who is out there playing ball and would love to play international someday? What will you give them as someone who's been playing in Europe for quite a long time now?
The advice
Mhm.
or what I can say is they should just take their time
Mhm.
and then go through the
Process.
process, because sometimes back home
Mhm.
you feel that you are ready
Mhm.
because of the environment you
Mhm.
find yourself. Everybody will be telling you, oh, you are
You're
good, blah
good.
blah blah.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you also think, oh, okay, now I am there,
Mhm.
but
You are
you
not
have to
really
just
take your time and
take your time and go
Mhm.
through the process,
Mhm.
because sometimes you think you are ready, you come to Europe and then you see,
you are not actually ready.
I'm not ready. I'm not even
Even
there. You are not
yeah.
even close,
Yes.
So you just have to take your time, go through the process, and then
Let's talk about contracts. Someone once told me that, or when I realized online that sometimes when you get signed or when an agency send you to a team or something like that, 50% of your money or what you are going to be given on the contract is what go to that agent.
no.
As how is it like? Because
Okay, let me
yes,
put it this way.
yes.
So let's say
Mhm.
you are agent,
Mhm.
and then you contact me
Mhm.
that, okay, you want to take me to this team.
Mhm.
Obviously, you are going to ask me how much money I want and stuff.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Mhm.
So I tell you the money that I want.
Mhm.
So it's up to you to negotiate with the team.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this player wants this money.
Okay.
If you can negotiate and then get more,
Okay.
it's for you.
It's like that. Oh, okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, it's making sense.
Because okay, let's say
Mhm.
I want 5,000.
Okay.
Let me put it that way.
Okay.
I want 5,000 euro.
Okay. Mhm.
And then you go and then you negotiate good, and then you get like 8,000 or 10,000. The extra money is for you.
5,000 is for the.
It's for you.
But within your 5,000 that you say you want, are you still going to share with the agent?
I want 5,000.
5,000.
So that 5,000 is for
For
me.
you. Oh, okay.
Any money that comes extra is for you. Do you understand?
Well, have you ever found yourself in a situation whereby you told an agency or an agent how much you want and realize that not knowing the agency based on the way, because to everyone that their agency is going to present to a person, they are going to weigh and look at the player too as well. Have you ever found a situation whereby you might tell an agent you want 5,000 and realize actually you are worth 25,000 and he was giving 20,000?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's based on the agent, how
Okay.
you are going to, how good you are in your negotiation.
Okay. Mhm.
Because as a player, let's say I am in Division 3,
Mhm.
let's say, and then I'm ending maybe 5,000 every month.
Mhm.
Okay, now I've moved to Division 1,
Mhm.
and then I said I want 10,000.
Okay.
And then because I am looking, oh, I was taking 5,000, so if I get 10,000 now, at least I have jumped.
Okay.
And then you go and then you do your negotiations, and then you get 20,000. Or it all depends on the agent, how
Agents.
good you are with your negotiations.
Negotiation. Yeah.
But what I saw, or what I have seen or have been through, is like the money that I want, I
It's
get my
what you
money.
get.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Let's go back a little bit to Africa. Let me find out. Ghana is a country that has produced a lot of international players that has playing outside. Looking at the state of Ghana football right now and how things are going in terms of the national team, like I can't remember the last time Ghana actually won something. Sometimes it looks like when they are playing matches like 0-1, you have to. If people even get heart attack now watching Ghana playing football, because it's like, me honestly, trust me, in a way, I give up because I'm like, you are going to get a heart attack. It's either 0-1 or 1-0. The highest we go is 1. How does a country like Ghana that produces a lot of international football players sometimes don't do well when it comes on the national team? And what do you think that can be done to, solve this? Or
Club football is always different
Different
from
from-
international. It's not the same, because in international football, as a coach, you don't even get time to know the players.
Okay.
It's just a week, maximum
Okay.
2 weeks. Everyone is gone,
Okay.
and every time is different players.
Okay.
But with the club side, you have the time,
So much time with it.
much time. You're training every week, like you are seeing them. You know them. you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
let's say you are staying one whole year, and it's the same players,
Okay.
or less maybe winter or summer that you are going to do different signings and stuff.
Okay.
And even with that, they sign players based on the positions that they
play.
need.
Okay, they need.
If they don't need a striker or something, they are not going to bring in a striker.
Okay.
But with international football back home, it's different because they can call players because they are doing well, but maybe they don't need them at that moment. Do you
Yes, I
understand?
understand.
They don't need them. Maybe you already have somebody who is there who already knows your philosophy because he has been there maybe more than the person that you have called. And every time with the international football, it's like every time, every call up is different new players. So it's like you're always going backwards, because you don't have the time to know each other. You know what I mean. But back then, you see that when Ghana was performing well, you see that like the players that they promote is the players that they have been through the system.
Yeah.
Maybe they have known themselves from childhood, from the under 14.
So there's that team spirit within even the players that they pick.
If we are in the same team, let's say we are in national under 17.
Oh, okay.
I know you.
Oh, okay.
We have been in the camp.
I see.
I know you for some time. I know if I look at you, I know
What
where
you
you
try to
want.
communicate, yes.
You want the
On the
ball,
pitch,
So maybe I don't see you again, and then we come and then we meet in the 23.
Okay.
I already know. I know you. I know more or less. How you think, where you want the ball. If any movement that you do, I know.
So in other words, what you are saying that it would have been nicer if they picked players who play together from the junior team, know each other.
Now, if we are going to be honest with ourselves, our national team, the players that have been gone, they have not been through the system.
Yes.
If you are going to be honest with me, you know what I mean. Like if you look at the time Ghana was performing,
yes,
like the players that are there, maybe they have played in the U20s, in the U17s, like they know themselves.
Yeah.
But now the players that they call, somebody will just come for a game and then you will not hear of him again. Yeah.
All right, guys, we have to build a national team. Like I said, I'm here with the only international football player, Aziz Tetteh, and he's pouring out here. Black Star belongs to all of us, if you are from Ghana especially. So when a win for Black Star is a win for all Ghanaians. So according to him, he just shared what he feels is the problem. If we can see to that, we can see the Black Stars go far. So still with you here now, let me find out about Aziz. Future prospects. Now let's talk. As a footballer, after football or after playing football and retire as a footballer, what is ahead? Because often at times when we look at people who play ball in Europe, football is a very big thing. There are people on technical team and other doing all sort of things. But for most African football players, the moment they finish, you see someone will go and invest in, say it's into estates, into this. But you see most of these players, someone retired as a footballer, he start being assistant coach, a coach, or in a technical or this thing. To you as a football player, do you think football ends the moment you stop playing on the pitch? Like,
no, I don't think so, because like you said, there's so many departments, in football area. So even if you stop playing, you can still be around football and then share your knowledge about the game also for the next generation. Yeah, so I don't think when you stop playing then it ends there. Yeah.
But it's something that we see quite common among the African. Like I said, it's not very quite often to see a Ghanaian footballer who just finished football. I take for example somebody like Baby Jet.
Yeah.
Baby Jet now is into different businesses. Either he say he's building something, some airport or something, or he's investing. Like whatever he's doing now, it looks like once he was done with playing on the pitch, like he didn't take any position in the football. That's what we're talking about.
No. I think sometimes also we don't get a chance, because if if I'm not mistaken, I know he has done his coaching course. And,
Okay.
he have the license and everything. Maybe
Okay.
he has not gotten the chance
chance.
to be with the club or something.
So-
That's why he's also focusing on other business.
But someone will say once he's rich, and I'm sure he doesn't own a football club, does he?
No,
Yes,
I'm
he
not
could,
sure. I
he
don't
could
know.
start one. I mean,
I don't know what
I mean,
happens there.
he could start one instead of, because that's the field you came on. So, when you want to start a business and you go in a direction something you know about, it's more easier, than going to start a.
No, but he has done.
Yeah.
He has paid his dues.
He has
you
paid
know,
his dues.
because I know he has built a football pitch.
Pitch,
for,
okay.
So at least
He has done.
people can go there and then
Yes.
play and then
Yes.
also showcase themselves. Yeah.
Yes,
So I think he has
done what he
yeah.
can do. You've had the chance to play or to be trained under foreign coach as well as African coach.
Yeah.
For you, what do you think? Do you think foreign coaches are more experienced compared to black coaches?
No, the game of football, I think the experience comes with the age.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that you can just wake up and then you said, "Oh, I'm experienced coach" or something.
Mhm.
You have to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
You make mistakes, and then you get the experience from it. So
Mhm.
I don't think the white coaches are more experienced than the black coaches or something.
The reason why I ask is often at times we realize that when there's a national team in African countries, they always call a foreign coach, white coach who can be the one coaching the team. Then you ask, but we have people, like you said, take example for example, like Asamoah who
Yeah.
has played ball and
Yeah.
they are not given that kind of a chance to train. That is why I asked that question. But so what do you think is
With that, I don't know. I don't really know what is the
Mhm.
what is the problem, but
Mhm.
I think maybe when it's a foreigner or something, they're going to give more respect to
okay?
him than the local coach.
So you said the players respect foreign
Yeah.
coaches more than
I think because let's say okay, you playing outside, you are earning like 1 million a year,
okay.
and then
A
you
local
come
coach
and then a local coach.
who is earning.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what
think
you mean.
yeah.
That's
So
the reason.
just to like I don't even know how to put
But
it,
it's
yeah,
quite clear.
yeah,
I mean,
because
yeah.
it's like let's say they don't respect the
local
coaches.
Yes.
That's
All
my-
right, guys. All right. So, like I keep saying, I'm here with Abdul Aziz Tetteh, and anytime I have an interview, I always say that we can always use one day to talk about everything. He said quite a lot, and very soon we're going to wrap up. So, just right before we go, so now let me just find out. So, now that you're playing ball, and I mean, you just confided me and told me right now that you got a bit injured or something
Yeah.
like that. So, because I realized that I was checking the information, and I'm like, is he done with football? And I'm
Yeah.
like, but he seems quite young. And then I was saying, it looks like sometimes I feel like even African footballers retire so early.
Yeah.
So then I want to know. So now that you said you are injured, are you definitely going to go back to football again now? And yeah,
Let's see what the future
the
holds.
future
yeah.
holds.
Yeah, I'm just praying and hoping. Sometimes when you're injured and you don't take time for the recovery,
Yeah.
it's going to be another
Another
thing.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
So let's see what the future holds.
Let's
I'm
see what
just
the future
hoping and then praying that everything goes as planned.
Yes. We also hope that everything is going to go well for you. So, Abdulaziz, once again, it was nice having you on.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, all right.